So the meeting is being recorded. So let me share my screen. Can we see my screen now, please? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, sure, we can see it.
We can see.
Okay, please, there is a very simple rule and regulation for, hold on. All right. So the rules and regulation for the group, all right? And the rules and regulation for the group is please always make sure your mic is muted, all right? For while I'm still talking, if you want to ask any question or say anything, just use the chat, all right? Just use the chat. I'm going to be giving room for question. All right, I'm going to mute everyone like this. So we are still going to be using the chat for question. Hold on 1 minute. So after I'm done with the whole thing, I'm going to give room for question. You can actually speak and all that. So today we are not really getting in depth into everything. So today is just going to be like an introduction. Because before we are going to actually get started, we actually need up to like 200, 300, 2 to 300 members in the group. So I'm going to be going live on TikTok for the next few days. I think in 2-3 days from now, we are going to get to that number. All right. So I really want to share with us what I really have for us here, right? What we're expecting to gain or learn from this whole process, right? First of all, of course, you're going to learn how market structure really works and how you can actually understand the forex market. I've been doing this for a long time, so trust me, I know how to explain this to your understanding. Of course, I've met a lot of forex traders, forex tutors online and all that. Not that they do not understand what they are doing, but then they just don't know how to explain this in a way that so I hope you know newbies are here. Yeah, definitely. They just don't know how to explain it in a way that people will understand. Now, for those that are also newbies, of course, I'm going to be taking this in a way that you're going to understand, even if you're a beginner, right? We're going to start from beginner's level. So if you already understand how forex work and all that, please just unlearn what you know, and then just let us relearn from the beginning together with what you already know is going to be perfect. All right. So this is the broker we're actually going to be using, the derivative broker. As you can see, this is a trade. I actually placed 2 trades today on this. As you can see, I used the $500 to place this trade with a $130 profit. And I use the same concept, or as you can see, the same concept that I've been showing us, that I was showing us today, right? So I just quickly want to tell us, I really want to tell us what we're actually going to be doing. Now, this is going to be very different from what we know, because on the derivative platform, the advantage of using this platform is you have so many trading options, right? You have so many trading options. And this is a trade I want here, but I'm going to explain this properly. Let me just reload this page. All right, so I'm going to be explaining to you, to us, how you can use this platform to take real advantage of the forex market. And then now, guys, one thing with the forex market is, even if you understand the concept of market structure and all those things that I just explained, right? It does not mean that you're going to have 100 over 100 win rates, right? It doesn't mean that, right? So, and then there are a lot of things that comes in being a profitable trader in forex markets, right? I've been a profitable trader from a long time, but then at the point I was trading currency pair and all that. I know how to trade. I know the concept. I know how to make profit and all that. But then one loss could blow up for my account because I was an aggressive trader. I really want to make a lot of profit very fast. I use crazy lot size. So if I'm either going to make crazy profit or I'm going to blow all my account equity, which is a very bad way to trade anyway. But then I stumbled upon this platform. A student of mine actually, that's why I always like to have this real good relationship with my student, because the student of mine actually introduced me to this platform called the Dare platform, and we took a look into it together, and I found out that this is a gold mine. You can actually make consistent profit with this. And then since that was a few years ago, I've been using Deriv, and then I've been making consistent profit with this broker. And that's exactly what I'm about to share with you. Please stop drawing all these things here. All right, please just keep your hands off the screen. All right, so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you. So there are a lot of what's it called? Trading types. There's something called trading types in there, right? There are a lot of trading types that we're going to be seeing here. So if you click on this pop down right here, you're going to be seeing a lot of trading types. We're seeing accumulator, right? We have accumulator. We have please stop this. We have accumulator. We have call stroke put. We have tubos. We have multiplier, higher stroke lower, touch stroke no touch, matrix stroke differs, even stroke odd, over stroke unders. All right. We have all these things are called trading types that you can actually use to take advantage of the market. And we're going to be looking at a few of them. But the one I'm going to be really focusing on, the one I trade with personally, is this one called the touch stroke no touch. So I'm going to do a quick, like I said, I'm not going to be spending too much time here today. It's just really like an introduction to what we're talking about, what we're going to be showing, we're going to be doing. So I'm going to do a quick recap, a quick introduction to this touch stroke no touch, right? Now, this touch stroke no touch here, I'm going to let's talk about it a bit. So what this touch stroke no touch means is, all right, let me use the 2-minute duration. Now, if I talk about this touch stroke no touch, this trading type here, all right, this trading on the Dare platform, of course, you can trade on the MetaTrader 5 with the Dare, but then I like to trade on the platform itself. And then trading on the platform, there are few advantages, a few differences from trading on the MetaTrader 4 to MetaTrader 5. Because here, you can actually set what we call duration. You can set how long you want your trade to actually last. I can say I want my trade to last for 2 minutes. I want my trade to last for 1 hour, for 2 days. You can set, you literally in control of a lot of things. You know, trading on the MetaTrader 4 or 5. Guys, can you still hear me, please? I need a response. Just type in the screen here. Can you guys see here and see the screen clearly, please? Okay. Okay. All right. So trading on this platform, right? You can set duration. You can say, I can say, I want my trade to last for so amount of time. It's very flexible. Unlike trading on the MetaTrader 4 or 5 for cryptocurrency, where you will either set a stop loss or take profit, and you wait for the trade to either hit a stop loss or take profits, or all this kind of stuff, use lot size and all that. Here it is totally straightforward. And how is that straightforward? Let's take an example, something very similar, something we are really used to. Let's look at this one, right stroke 4. It's very similar to what we know. If I'm saying right stroke 4, for instance, and I'm taking duration, let's say I'm taking 1 minute duration, for instance, and I'm saying, now it's just like the one we know, buy and sell, same thing as rise and fall, right? Just the same principle. Now, you can even set, aside from duration, you can set stake, how much you want to stake. Instead of using lot size here now, I can say this is my demo account here. I have $10,320. I can say, okay, out of this, I want to just use $20 to stake or to trade. All right, so I can just say, okay, I want to go for sell or fall. And then it's going to last for 1 minute. As you can see, there is even duration here. There's countdown here. Let me reload this. You're going to see a countdown and all that. So it's just simple things. So you just want the market to end below your entry spot for the next 1 minute. It's as simple as that. Let's see how this works. As you can see, we're already in profit here. Okay, let's see. Okay. So we have 30 seconds here for the trade to finish. I'm waiting for my chart to load, because as you can see, I'm already in profit on this. As you can see, I said, let me reduce the time frame to 1 minute. As you can see, I said 4, that means sell, all right, for the next 1 minute. And then look at what is happening. We have 9 seconds remaining. So that alone is going to give us a lot of hedge in the market. All right, you can select your stake, you can select So many things. You can be like, and we won this trade. As you can see, we won this trade in just 1 minute. This is a 1 minute duration. And then we won 95% of our $20. And then that is 19 point something dollars. As you can see, $19.85. So that's a very interesting thing to note. But then we're not going to be trading on this rise and fall. All right, we're not actually even trading on this rise and fall. The one that I'm most interested in and has given me the most profit is this one called the touch stroke no touch. And I'm going to explain it now. I was talking to someone I was saying something on the Telegram group earlier, and I was saying on the TikTok, and I was saying that, yeah, you can actually make. Someone said, I don't understand anything yet. Just follow through. I have not started the whole thing yet, please. All right. What is your trading happening there? I'm going to drop the link to this stuff in the Telegram group. I'm going to drop the link. So if you do not really understand, guys, we have not get started. I'm still going to be doing this one after the other. This is just me giving us an introduction to this, right? This is not me getting started yet. All right, please just calm down. All right. So like I was saying, so for the touch stroke no touch, a brief explanation into the touch stroke no touch. And the reason I'm doing this is someone was saying, is it can I be is like, can I really guarantee like I can make 10% every day for sure? Can I really guarantee that? That's what I'm about to show. All right. Why not MetaTrader 5? I prefer to trade on this platform to MetaTrader 5. And you're going to see why. All right. So I'm about to show you why. So here, let me just quickly explain what this touch stroke no touch means and how you can actually trade on this. Now, what this actually means is, now look at this. I've chosen my duration to 2 minutes. Of course, you can choose any duration. I usually don't use minutes duration. I usually personally use hours duration. I start from like 1 hour. I usually use like 1 hour, 5 hours, sometimes 11 hours, sometimes 10 hours. Depends on the trade I'm about to take. All right, so it's not fixed. The hours I take trade on is not fixed. And then as you can see, we have our duration 2 minutes because I really want to show us how this works. And then we have a barrier as this. I'm going to talk about this later. These are stakes. So let's say I use $10. Please, so who is that drawing this? Please, let's stop drawing stuff on the screen. So is the duration like stop loss? You can call it that. It's just once you get to 2 minutes, your trade finishes, right? It's like a finish line, something like that. It's like a finish line. So you have to be able to do your analysis properly. So we're going to get there. We're going to talk more about the duration as time goes on. Again, this is just us talking about the whole thing, all right? We have not get started, all right? We are still going to, Princess, please stop that. We are still going to be talking more about the charts, of course, because we need understanding of the chart before we can even come here, all right? So, so just let me finish with this explanation, right? As you can see, I've chosen my stake. Let's say I use $100 as my stake. Okay, and then we have two options here. You can either purchase the touch or no touch. Now, what does that mean? Touch, no touch. Please let us stop this. All right. So what is that? Touch or no touch? What is this? You can either purchase touch or no touch. Now, look at this. Before I continue into this, now look at this. Look at the return on touch. So if I purchase touch right now, I'm going to be making a return of 161%. And if I purchase no touch, I'm going to be making a return of 55%. Now, what does that mean, right? Now, look at this thing here, this figure here, this barrier here, this tiny line here. Just look at this tiny line here that ran through this whole screen like this. That is the barrier. So if I'm saying no touch, I am saying the market. Immediately I click on the no touch, the barrier stops moving. It just marks it here. And I'm saying that the market will not go back up and touch this barrier for the next 2 minutes. If I say touch, I'm saying the market will go back up and touch this for the next 2 minutes. So let's go for no touch, for instance. I'm going to go for no touch. If I click no touch, for instance, so I am saying that the market, look at this, I am saying that the market does not move and touch this target or my barrier for the next 2 minutes. As you can see, we already have a countdown here. So I'm saying the market or the barrier does not go back and touch that target for the next 2 minutes. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So if it doesn't touch that target or that barrier in the next 2 minutes, I make 55%. I make 55% on my $100. I make 55% on my $100. Now, understanding what I just explained on the TikTok, market structure and all that, will be able to make you enter into this trade precisely, right? Precisely. Now, let's say I want to target 10%. Now, let's watch this. Let's finish this. Let's finish this trade. We have like 1 minute remaining here. We have like 1 minute remaining. And all I just want is for this to not go back and touch this. So all you just need to do is be able to do your analysis. Guys, this is just basically what we're going to be doing, learning here, right? What we're going to be learning here. See what we're going to be learning here. Let me show you. We're just going to know, understand. Let's say we're understanding market structure, lower low, lower high, like this. So what we just need to do is know that the market is going to start going down from here. We'll put our barrier, that barrier here, we're going to put it here, somewhere here, and say the market do not go back up and touch this. And then the market does not go back up and touch that, and then we make our profits. It's as simple as that. As you can see, this market has almost even touched this. If it touched this, we lost the trade. We've lost the trade. It's as simple as that. So this is me not looking at any alert. So we have like 12 seconds remaining. Let's see. Even if, let's see. Oh, okay. It actually touched it and we lost the trade. So that's just this basically. If it touched, you lose the trade. If it doesn't touch, you win the trade. As simple as that. All right. Question, please. I'm going to give room for questions. Just hold on. I'm going to still give room for questions. So I really want to explain something. So let's say I want to target. Now look at this. Now look at this one here is temporarily an uptrend, and I think that is why we lost this trade. As you can see, it's temporarily an uptrend here. Oh, sorry. It's temporarily an uptrend. As you can see, higher highs, higher lows like this. It's temporarily an uptrend. So here, what I'm just probably going to do here is put my barrier here. Guys, you can actually drag this here. I'm going to drag this, my barrier. This barrier, I'm going to drag it here, something like this. And then you see, there's no return on this touch. So I'm just going to increase this, my duration, to probably like 10 minutes. See, on a 10-minute now here, I'm having what? Like a 19% return. So there are a lot of things that we're just going to be learning. So this is how we're going to be doing this. Just understanding what is called, understanding market structure and knowing exactly where to place our trade at. Knowing exactly where to place our trade and placing our trade at the accurate, perfect time. Something like this, right? Now, of course, we're going to be doing an analysis right from the daily time frame right down to this level. It's not as if we're just going to come to the 1 minute and just see something like this and place a trade. No, we're going to be doing an analysis from the higher time frame right there to the lower time frame. And then we can use this concept. We can use this concept to make 10% profit every single day. 10% profit every single day. Just this concept. Just this concept. And again, we're not going to be using minutes duration. Again, I don't use the minute duration. I use hours duration because with hours duration, you can actually, see through a lot of all the bullshit that the market wants to do. And again, we are going to be having a 7% stop loss, right? Once we get minus 7% here, we sell the market. We can actually take profit at any time. Maybe we have like 9% profit or 8% profit or 5% profit. We can actually close at any time, as you can see. Here we already have 4% profit here, as you can see. So it depends on you and how much profit you're comfortable with. So there are a lot of things that we're going to be learning. This is just the beginning. This is just me introducing us to all this whole thing. So this is not, so we still need to understand this chart first. Now, again, we are going to be having, of course, in the free mentorship group, we're going to be talking about the charts and all these things for free. We're going to be coming live like this in the free mentorship group 2 times in a week. And then we're going to be spending more time in the paid mentorship group. Now, in the paid mentorship group, it is not for free. It costs $30 to join that. But then today, I think I'm going to be giving discount today to tomorrow for those that are interested in the paid mentorship group. And in the paid mentorship group, we are not only going to be learning how to place trade here, I'm also going to be giving signals. All right. I'm also going to be giving signals for this. And there's this thing about I'm going to be starting very soon. I think I'm going to talk about that a little. We're going to be doing compounding interest. I'm going to be doing what we call compounding interest. Now, this is the compounding interest calculator. I'm still going to be giving room for questions. This is a compounding interest calculator, and then we're going to be doing what we call compounding interest. Let's say you start with $100. Let's say you start with even a $10, right? Let's say $100, for instance, and then we're going to be doing a 20 days or a 30 days long compounding interest trade. All right. And what that means is, let's say we start with $100, and that's something we're going to be doing in the paid mentorship group together. I'm going to be dropping signals every day. So let's say we start with $100. You start with $100, you deposit in your account, and I'm going to be dropping one signal every day. So, and we're going to be targeting 13% every single day. So, $100, 13% every day, daily interest, 13%. We're going to be doing that for 30 days, 30 days or 20 days, depending on which one you're comfortable with. All right. So, we're reinventing everything. Is it an app or a website? It's a website. You can it has an app too, but you can actually use a website too. So 100% we're doing this. Now look at what your return is going to be. All right, for that 30 days. Well, you're going to be turning $100 into $3,811 or $10 into $391. I'm making $3,811 profit. And how is that going to work? How is that possible, right? Let me show you. So day one, we're making 13% of $100. So we're going to be having 113%, $113. Day two, we're going to be doing 13% of $113. It's going to give us what? 127%, $27. Day three, we're going to be making 13% of this $127. And we're going to having $144. Now, worst case scenario, let's say we get to maybe day 10 or the 9, day 10. Worst case scenario, we are going to have 7% loss in that day because we have a 7% stop loss. So once we hit minus 7%, we close the trade. So worst case scenario, we are going to have few days that we hit our stop loss of 7%. And the next day, we're going to be able to recover by getting to our take profit of 13%. And then we might not, let's say we do the whole thing for 30 days, we might not actually get this 3,911 as return. We might actually maybe get maybe 2,112 or maybe 1,362. Whichever case it is, we're actually going to be making massive profit. And this is something we're going to be doing in the paid mentorship group, right? I'm going to be dropping signals. And then how am I going to be dropping the signals? And how is the signals going to be? It's just going to be easy as this. Look at this one now. Let's say I want to drop a signal on this trade that I took just now. I'm just going to tell you that go to volatility 50 1x index. All right. Duration 10 minutes. Barrier. I'm going to give you this barrier minus 749.43 and purchase no touch. It's as simple as that. Look at this is just exactly how I'm going to give the signal. Look at this trade exactly because I followed market structure. This is not me doing any analysis, just basic market structure I followed. Just this. Very simple. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. I'm expecting what? Higher high, then higher low, then like this. Very simple, basic market structure that I just explained. All right. So does market structure works? Yes, it does, especially on this platform. It works perfectly well. Now, if you understand market structure, you understand order block, understand liquidity and fair value gap, you are good to go with this. You're literally a money-making machine on this platform. And then you're just targeting 10, 15%, 10%, 7%, even 5% sometimes. You're good to go. You're good to go. So who's drawing that? Please, let's stop drawing that. So I'm going to give room for question now. I'm going to allow us to speak. So one after the other, let's ask our question. Again, we have not got started. This is just me doing an introduction. So I'm going to allow us speak now. So you can unmute yourself and then you can say something if you want to ask a question.
Okay. Can I ask something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This for this particular stuff now that you focus, I actually learned something because I'm in a trade now in NASDAQ and I'm actually in a loss.
Okay.
And I'm actually in a loss, yes, because I think I entered too early.
Okay.
I entered too early. Assuming I knew this early enough, I wouldn't have entered. So I entered too early. So thank you for that. And something I wanted to ask also, this your barrier. I wanted to ask you first if you are the one to set it, or does it just come with the system? But what you were explaining, I saw when you moved the barrier,
Yeah,
right?
you can actually
Yeah.
move it. Look at this.
Yeah.
You can move it to anywhere you want.
Okay, so that actually answered my question. Then in that case, I can then go to a higher time frame, right? Move my barrier to a very high place and then place don't touch and make my money.
Yeah.
Is it possible?
Yeah, but then it will affect it. It will now, if you go to a higher time frame, and then you will not be able to look at this one. I had to increase my duration to 10 minutes because when it was at 1 minute, it did not even bring anything, right? So you have to adjust your duration if you increase the time frame or increase the position of your barrier. You understand?
Okay, and this is only possible with Derive
Yes, it's only possible there. Yeah.
because I'm operating Xness.
Okay. It's only possible with this platform.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Right.
So any other question? Any other question?
Hello.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead.
So my question is I want to confirm something. Is this like the same thing as normal forex trading, or is it more like gambling? Because why I'm asking if it's more like gambling, because in the no touch bar there's like a percentage already set for you, while on the touch bar there's another percentage which is higher than the percentage for the no touch. So
Yes.
I'm asking, is it more like gambling or more like forex, normal forex, based on you had to bring down the line to the low side, that the what is it, the barrier I would call it, or the line which you drew, you took it down and then you had to increase the minutes. So automatically it's had to set the percentage by itself. So I'm
Yeah,
confused.
Okay, again, it is not gambling. As you can see, the first trade I took, I lost it because the market is on an uptrend, right? And I was trading against the trend. And look at this one that I placed, right? I said the market should not touch the barrier. And look at how well it's doing. The market is really going further away from my barrier. So it is not gambling, right? So what I just did basically here is I just targeted smaller. Now, two things. The lower the percentage return, the higher your chances of winning. All right. So I took two things into my favor, right? I used the theory of the lower your percentage return, the higher your chance of winning. And again, I followed a strategy, the market structure strategy. Look at this
that's
now.
uptrend.
I could look at this. If I say touch now, if I say touch, why this touch percentage return is high for touch, 582%. Why is that? Is if you say touch, you click on touch now, you're basically saying that you want this market to come down here and touch this barrier here, which is highly unlikely, right? Because this market is really on an uptrend and it's kind of even still far from this. It's kind of very far, as you can see. So, but then that does not mean that you can this trade cannot be a winning trade. You can It doesn't mean you can say there are sometimes I take crazy trades. I do my analysis and I take crazy trades like this, a high percentage, right? We're going to be looking at that. I don't want to overwhelm us with so much information in the beginning. So there are some times that you take some trades like this, you know, take some trades like this where you take some risky, like it's not even risky, it's logical, right? And we're going to be talking about that later on. There are very logical ways to take trades like this and then to take real good profit, real good profit. That's what those are the things that we're going to be learning in the mentorship group. So in the free group, in this one that we're in right now, I'm definitely going to only just be showing you, analysis. These ones I'm going to be showing you like the one I showed on the TikTok. You can usually use that in any. That's totally going to be for free. You could use that to trade your whatever currency pair, whatever thing you trade. You can use that. But then if you really want to have an understanding of how I trade this, of how I take profit from this. Trust me, I do take a real good profit from this, especially doing the compounding interest that I just explained. If you really want to know that and benefit from that, again, I'm going to be starting doing a compounding interest program soon. So I just want us to get to like 200 or 300 members, which we are going to get through two in maybe in few days from now, and then I'm going to introduce that for to those only in the mentorship group. Only the of course, we're going to be doing the free training like this, just like this, the free one every 2 times or 3 times in a week. All right, so we're going to be doing that. So you don't just be in this group for nothing. All right, I want people to actually learn. All right, so you're going to be in this group even if you do not have the money. I know there are a lot of people that really do not have the money to join the mentorship group, but so that's why that is for them. So I'm going to be taking my time to explaining how the market structure works, how other block works, and all that. And trust me, if you're understanding this alone, is really going to help you a lot in your trading journey, whether you're trading currency pair, whether it's cryptocurrency or whatever. Just like the person that asked question, sorry, I'm not yet familiar with your names. Just like the person that asked the question now just said, if you had joined the live earlier, you would have been able to avoid the loss you're currently in. Because of course, this knowledge is real. All these things are real, but you just need to understand them properly. And then all I just need from you is to pay attention, guys. If you pay attention, I love to teach. I get excited when I teach. I like to break things down. Trust me, I won't get tired of your questions, no matter how dumb or stupid it seems or how big it seems. I won't get tired of it. I would really answer all your questions because I want everyone to understand. And trust me, you will understand if you pay attention. You will understand. And then understanding this one alone is just the foundation. Market structure, other block, fair value gap, and all that is the foundation to everything. Because of course, we need understanding of this to be able to trade this properly. And then it's only when we finish understanding this, we then go to this and turn this into real money. All right. And then even if you have $10, guys, let me show you. Even if you have $10, this is what I've done before. Just take $10, target 20%, which is very possible. Although a bit more risky, but very possible. Even doing that for 20 days, just one trade per day for 20 days, just exactly the way I just took that trade. One trade per day, 20 days, with $10 is already $373. And with this, you can do something reasonable, right? 20 days, you use $100 to do the same thing. You make profit, you take part of the profit, do the same thing, just with very simple concept like this, right? Understand, see, market structure alone will help you scale through and make a real good profit with this. Just market structure, knowledge, adequate knowledge in market structure. Just knowing that, okay, this is an uptrend. And then in an uptrend, we know that the market is continuing going to give us what? It's continuing going to give us what? Look at this, just higher high, higher low. Just very simple concepts. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. I'm expecting what? A higher low, something like this to happen. And if something like this happen, I'm expecting a push like this to the upside. Imagine understanding this properly, all right? Properly, and not just looking at this on the 1 minute. I'm going down to the higher time frame to see exactly what I'm looking at. Of course, I'm not just going to come here to the 1 minute and start looking for entries here. Of course, I'll use my 1 minute. No, I don't even use 1 minute to do my entry. Even I use, like I said, I don't trade minutes duration, right? I don't trade minutes duration. I usually trade hours duration, because if you trade hours duration, you'll be able to see a lot of things, right? All this ones move very fast. I don't really like the idea of gambling because I feel trading on the 1 minute and all this kind of stuff is very volatile and it's close to gambling. I like to do, go down like this trade now. There's this trade I took a lot of profit on, volatility. Let me just reload this. Volatility 25 index, right? On this volatility 25 index, I took a lot of profit, and I'm going to show you how. Because at this point, where is it? Let this thing finish loading. Aha, look at this. This is a very simple, look at this. This is a simple market structure. Look at this. Let me show you something. This is this. I saw this market when it has given me what? This what? Change of character here. Change of character, breaking this. I saw this after this move. I even took trades on this move here. And I took all this move, right? I took all this move here. And I made a lot of profits. And look at what is happening here. Let me show you, let me tell you exactly what is going to happen here. Because I've been waiting on this market for a long time. I'm still going to take a lot of profit here. Now look at this. We are expecting what? a break of structure, which we have not seen, right? We have not seen a break of structure here yet. A break of structure, we're still going to be talking about that, is when this actually break through here. It has not broken through yet. That's just us. We want a candle, a body closure, like it has to break through here with a body, not a wick, a body closure out of this. So that's what we're looking for in a break of structure. But look at what is currently happening here. We're looking at just a small retracement happening here. So we're looking at something like this. So hold on. Let's see this. So I'm looking at an order block here. So the market could actually do something like this, come to this level. But I'm going to be very patient though. The market could come to this level here. So I could just go down into the time frame. Of course, I'm going to be taking sell opportunities here. And then before I take those sell opportunities, I'm looking for what? Market structure shift, all right? Market structure shift. Look at this. Here I can see this happening. Let me take it from here. Look at this. All right. So I'm looking at this here, but to get this clearly, I can just still maybe go down to the 1 hour, because if I want to see this, if I want to show you this, this is how I'm going to actually do this, to see what is happening here clearly, as you can see. So what is happening here. So I have something like this. Let me just take it from here. So all this one are just internal structure. So what I'm actually looking for here is either the market coming down to this level. We're still going to be looking at all this at when we get to other block, right? We are going to be looking at various point of interest. Of course, there are sometimes that you are going to see multiple other blocks in itself. You're going to look at, we are going to be looking at which one is our which one are we most interested in, all right? So that's what I'm talking about. Which one are we most interested in? So we're going to be looking at stuff like that. So is it that the market comes to this level, right, and push back up, or give us this and break through here to come to that level here, to this level here? So is it that one of those two? And I'm going to be waiting for this. And what I'm not going to be forcing this whole thing, right? When the market gets here, I'm going to either wait for a continuation or a market structure shift or change of character here to the upside. It's just very simple concept. So these are the things that we're actually going to be looking at. Now, these are the things that we're actually going to be looking at in detail. So when you understand all this, guys, you might not really understand any of this right now. It is totally normal, because we have not actually get started with anything. This is just me just doing a brief explanation or introduction to this whole thing. So it's very normal if we do not understand all this properly. So it's totally normal. All right. So, but then we are definitely going to understand this days into this whole program. You're going to understand properly. So for those that are interested in the mentorship program, if you're interested in joining the mentorship program, if you're interested, I'm going to give grace from now till 12 p.m. tomorrow. If you're interested, there's a discount for those that are going to be joining between now to 12 p.m. tomorrow. Instead of paying $30 to join, you're going to be paying just $20 to join. Again, it is not compulsory. You do not have to join. All right. You can still learn all this for free. All right. But then to learn how to implement all those things that we're learning here, to implement it here, that is not going to be for free. And of course, I'm going to be at some point, we're going to start the compound interest account where I'm going to be dropping one signal per day. You would also benefit that. All right. The only benefit for the free mentorship is this. You're going to be learning how to, analyze the market properly, understanding market structure, other block, fair value gap, liquidity, and all the stuff. You're going to understand properly. All right. I teach in a way that I don't even use all these grammars. All right. I let you know why we call them those names, and then you understand why they are called those names, not just show you those names and expect you to understand. So those are the things that we're going to be looking at as we move forward. All right. So I'm going to be going live again on TikTok tomorrow, so we can have more. Again, once we get to 200, 250, or 300 people in this group, we are going to officially get started, and we're going to get there in the next few days. So I'm going to be coming live on TikTok tomorrow, next tomorrow, and upper. So just 3-4 days from now, we should be able to get to 300 plus participant, and then we're going to officially get started. And then you be prepared. For those that will be joining the mentorship program, be prepared because we are going to be racking this thing up. We're going to be turning small amount size with Deriv into large account size. So I'm going to be dropping the link to create an account with Deriv. So if you do not already have an account with Deriv, use the link to create an account so you can get started with us. All right. So having said all that, I'm going to take room. I'm going to give room for one more question before I end the live tonight. So one more question before I end the live tonight. This is just really introduction to everything that we're going to be looking at. Right. So one more question before I end the live. Anyone with any question before we end tonight section? Okay.
Sorry, can I ask one more question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, with this method, right? So we don't, is it that we don't have anything to do with lot size and pips with this method?
No. You have nothing to do with lot size or pips, because here you use what stake instead. You use, this is your balance, you just put in how much you want to use. You don't need to use lot size, know how to calculate lot size and all this stuff. You don't need to know all that. It has nothing to do with pips and all this stuff. No, it's pretty straightforward. The other person that wants to ask questions, please ask your question before we end the section.
Sorry, I want to ask a question.
Okay.
You said you will be coming live like at least 2 times in a week. Can we please know the days and time that you'll be coming live so that we'll be able to be joining you?
Okay. So I'm going to be fixing time. I have not fixed the time yet. Of course, the time and date will be communicated to us in the group as when we get started. So that will not be an issue. So, yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. So thank you guys for joining this section. So for those interested in the mentorship and the discounts, please send me a DM here on Telegram, and then I'm going to attend to you. And then we're going to this whole section is being recorded. I'm going to upload on YouTube, and then I'm going to drop in the group. So those that missed the section can still watch the recorded version. Right. So thank you guys for joining, and I'm going to be ending this section now.